Okay, so we're trying to prove that the limit as x approaches 2 of 1 over x is equal to 1/2. So we set it up. F of x minus L is less than epsilon, and x minus c less than delta. So this is what we want, this is what we know. Okay, now I need to somehow turn this guy so that it includes x minus c. So how about if we combine those two into one fraction with the denominator of 2x. So then I would have 2 minus x, which is actually, because it's absolute value, well, this is equal to x minus 2 over 2x. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 2 outside of here and just put the x in the absolute value. Okay, now step 3, notice that I have control over x minus 2, but I don't have control over x. So I need to bound x. So what I'm going to do is, remember, you assume that x minus 2 is going to be less than 1. Remember, 1 is an arbitrary choice. So then if x minus 2 is less than 1, then that means that x is going to be between 3 and 1. Okay. Now, now here you have to be really, really, really careful. Okay, so then notice that the absolute value of x is on the denominator. So since you're trying to bound this, entire thing. So you have to be a little careful. I'm going to just put this right here. So 2, and then absolute value of x, because this gets a lot of people. Okay, so let me ask you this question. Is this less than x minus 2 over 2 times, is it less than 3 or 1? So remember, so most of the time, what students do is just pick the biggest one, because you're trying to say this is less than another number. Well, of course, you would pick the bigger number because you want to say that it's less than that. But notice, though, that because this is in the denominator, this is bigger if you plug in 1 instead of 3. So if you want to say that for sure this guy is less than this, then you would have to put the 1 here, because the 1 makes this whole thing bigger. So what you're saying is that x minus 2 over 2x, if you assume that this guy is less than 1, then this is going to be less than x minus 2 over 2. And that's important to realize. So that's a tricky part. Okay, now step 4. Once you have that, then remember you solve for, so we get x minus 2 over 2 is less than epsilon, and we use that to solve for x minus 2. So then we go, okay, x minus 2 needs to be less than 2 times epsilon. Okay, once we do that, then we can choose delta to equal 2 times epsilon. And if we choose delta to equal to 2 times epsilon, then what we have is x minus 2 over 2 times absolute value of x, which is less than x minus 2 over 2 is less than, I should add a since x minus c, or x minus 2, is less than delta, or 2 epsilon, then this guy is less than 2 epsilon over 2, which is equal to epsilon. And that's it.